Good morning everyone, Izzat Shahril here from MalaysianMotoring, and yes, I know I haven't been in front of the camera for quite a while, but today's a bit different because AIMAN is on holiday. So today you will be following me around as we experience the future of electric mobility here in Malaysia, courtesy of Smart. So we're going to be taking the #1 from KL to Penang and to experience the entire process of doing a long distance drive. Because Smart claims to have an all-in-one managing solution to manage your charging as well as manage your range anxiety. So before we continue, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time we make a new upload. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the long media drive with this Smart #1. Alright, so before we depart, let's just run down some basic specs on the cars that we're going to be using throughout this entire trip. So we have, right now, going to Penang, we'll be driving the Premium, and coming back, we'll be driving the Brabus. So we'll start with the Premium first. So the #1 Premium, the battery is a 66 kWh NMC battery, which the motors produce healthy amount of power, which is 272 PS and 343 Nm of torque, with power going to the rear wheels. 0 to 100 is done in about 6.7 seconds, and the range of the car, claim range at least, is 440 km on the WLTP cycle. Now the #1 Brabus also has the same battery, which is the 66 kWh NMC battery, but the amount of power has been bumped up significantly. It produces 428 PS of power and 543 Nm of torque. So power goes to all four wheels. 0 to 100 is done in 3.9 seconds, and it has a WLTP range of 400 kilometers. Okay, for charging, they are pretty much similar between the Premium and the Brabus. For AC charging, it charges at 22 kilowatts, and it can go from dead to full in about 3 hours. For DC charging is up to 150 kilowatts, and from 10 to 80% it can be done in less than 30 minutes. Now in terms of peace of mind, the vehicles actually come with 4 years or unlimited mileage for the warranty, and then for the battery and the motors, they are 8 years or up to 150,000 kilometers. Alright, so I guess the basic specs are out of the way, so now it's time for the drive. Right, so we're already on the way to Penang. Now let's talk about the charging aspect of this car, because I guess that's what this entire video is about. If you want to watch the review video, the full breakdown, the full review video, you can watch it up here. AIMAN has gone through the car extensively. I guess the main bit of it when it comes to charging, you've got two bits that's important to the experience of charging this car over a long distance drive, which is for this car, which is the app itself, which we'll check it out later when we are actually charging the car, and the head unit. So the head unit is very intelligent because it actually shows you real-time data of the charges along your route. That's one. And also the availability of those chargers. So let's say you're heading towards Penang, right, in our case, and then it shows that these are the chargers along the way. Now the second thing is, it actually gives you an estimate based on how you drive of how much charge you will have left when you reach your charger or when you reach your destination. So it's interesting because it gives you live telemetry data about your entire trip and the charging points in between and the availability of the charging points, which I think, as a person who loves EV cars, I love it. Because it's seamless. Means it kind of takes away the guesswork of planning your trip beforehand. You know what I mean? Because like traditional, I wouldn't say traditionally, I mean EV is quite new, but what I'm saying is that previously EV owners will have to like plan, okay, these are where the charges are, in between the destinations. I know I have to charge here and it's going to take me this amount of time. So all of that guesswork is now kind of eliminated thanks to this head unit, which is very, very good. Alright, so we're already at the midway point between our hotel in Penang and our point of departure in Subang. So right now we're charging the car up. We got here at about, I think it was like what, 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago, with a charging state of 26%. Now we've been here for about 15 minutes and now it's up to like 44% charge rate. So yeah, you can see the input going in right there. So this is interesting because the app is actually quite easy to use. I mean, the smart app allows us to actually check which chargers are being used along our route, and it allowed us to just straight away start charging with no hassle really. Payment with the app is quite seamless because you can integrate it with your credit cards, your debit cards, as well as FPX payments, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a unique feature to this smart app, which allowed us to just like pretty much, as you can see, just plug the charger in, turn the app on, and just start charging, which was very, very seamless. Also, talking about charging, you can actually precondition the car while it's charging, you know. So before you leave anywhere really, you can actually go through the app again and actually precondition the car to turn on your air conditioning and whatnot, and just like, you know, make the inside of your car feel nice and good before you step in on your journey. Alright, so we're gonna give it a few more minutes of charging before we leave for our hotel in Penang. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright, so we are pretty much 3/4 way done with our drive and we've reached Penang. We're on the Penang Bridge and it is 6:30. That means we are now stuck on the bridge and it is jammed, which is, I think, the perfect time to talk about the ADAS features. So the #1 comes with what they call 2.5 ADAS. So you get stuff like AEB with motorist and cyclist detection. What I like about the AEB, in this little pillbox, screen at the front here, you actually can see what the car is seeing. So you can see if it's a bike, if it's a car, or if it's a trailer, lorry, bus. The graphics are all there. I'm quite confident in the ADAS features because I know what the car is seeing at all times. And right now, the perfect thing for me, especially in this traffic jam, is the traffic jam assist. So push a button and that's it. You know, you just sit back, relax, you know, put your foot on the brake, hands on the steering wheel, and then just let the car drive you through traffic. So and other than that, you also get like other things like, you know, your blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. And this car also has an easy park feature, which I think it might be useful to some people, but I don't know. I think majority of the population won't really be using it as much because, you know, you can park yourself really. But, you know, for those people who are a bit more, you know, who don't really want to ding their car or ding their new #1, the smart parking feature might be quite useful. Then when we were on the way here, it was raining very heavily, and I love that the CyberSpark LED that comes with the #1 for the premium and the Brabus worked wonders. You know, to me, it kind of like illuminated a lot of things on the road. I could see the road clearly, and yeah, I mean, the ADAS features are just like 2 thumbs up. Alright, so now let's talk about the comfort before we wrap up the video. So, okay, it took us, give me a second here, let me see how far we've been traveling. So right now we're on the Penang Bridge. We've traveled about 350 kilometers with this car, over twisty B roads, highway, jam, you know, clear roads. And I've got to say, the comfort in this car is impressive, really is. You don't really hear a lot of intrusion into the cabin in terms of noise. Tire noise is well suppressed, wind noise is quite well suppressed. Visibility in this car is fantastic. You've got huge windows all around, and you even get this panoramic sunroof. And the car actually comes already tinted, so which is fantastic. So you don't really have to add more yourself. So everything has been very simple with this car. You know, you set your wipers, your lights on auto, even the climate control is on auto. And interesting thing about the climate control usage. So the car actually comes with this air quality option here, where you can turn on two things, smart air and deodorization. So I guess the deodorization is kind of like a fart mode. If you don't want anyone to smell nothing, right? So you just press that deodorization and it just like wafts all the air inside the car just out, you know, and just refreshes the air, if you will. Yeah. So other than that, I mean, I guess AIMAN has already covered a lot of things during the review, which again, you can watch it up here, but I'm just gonna go touch a few things. So the car actually comes with memory setting for not just your seats, for your heads-up display, height, your mirrors, your seats, as I said just now, even up down to your climate control settings, which all can be done and saved through the heads-up display, the head unit here. The seat, talking about the seats, quite comfortable over, how long have we been driving here? About 5 hours or so. Very comfortable, and even comes with climate control, so which is a plus point in our country. So talking about other things in the car, let's talk about tech. In terms of tech, we've got quite a few goodies in this car. Wireless charging pad at the front here, we've got a 12-volt socket and about 4 charging ports, if I'm not mistaken. 2 A ports, 2 C ports, and they've been quite useful for all 3 of us here in the car. So yeah, it's been quite a comfortable drive from USJ to Penang so far. I really love this car. Alright, so it's 7:30 PM. We're almost at the hotel, so I guess I'm gonna wrap this up right now. Living with the Smart #1, be it in your Pro, Premium or Brabus guys, it's a great car, because I guess the entire ecosystem that Smart is trying to create here with the app and the integrated, charging data, charging spots with their head unit, I would like to go as far as to say that it kind of eliminates the range anxiety that most people get when they are trying to, justify buying their first EV car. Because if you already, you have systems where it's an all-in-one system where you can just, from the app alone, you can charge your car, figure out where the nearest chargers are, figure out whether those chargers are even available to use. It's a great system. At the end of the day, I think going into let's say you're trying to get your first EV car and you have around the 200,000 ringgit to spend, going into the ecosystem of Smart, I don't think it can do you any wrong. And I think you'll be pretty happy with it. Driving for the past, 5 some hours, almost 6 here in the car, long distance drive wasn't an issue for us, at least in the car. We were all quite comfortable. We were able to get our cars charged, we were able to stretch our legs before we continued with our drive halfway through. All in all, it was a very pleasant experience, and I think whoever buys this, I guess you'll be pleasantly surprised with it as well. So anyway, I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you stick until the very end, thank you very much for your support. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated on our future videos. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. All the links is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one, and I guess the next one you're going to see AIMAN in it. So take care, stay safe, and well, you know the rest.